I've done Erendite vampires, portal vampires. We've got tome vampires, golden echo vampires. I don't think I've ever done Renfri vampires. I think that Renfri is probably the strongest way to play this archetype right now, unfortunately, especially with the Megascope nerf that could be happening tomorrow, bumping this up to 5 provision. Hurts for the regular vampires because they need all the help that they can get. So I'll play something that I don't think is going to be impacted by the patch tomorrow. Now, before we start nitpicking the list, a lot of you guys are probably going to not see this part of the video and write a comment about it anyways, but Operator is something that I did not include. A lot of times you'll go Operator into something like Flutter so that you can get a turn 1 on blue coin proc of bleeding for the Regis to start growing that engine. Again, I don't think that's absolutely 100% essential to winning a game with this deck. I decided to opt out of Operator and instead wanted to try Gale because I never play Gale. Gale looks like a lot of fun if we can pull him off, and in the long round this card can get a lot of value. So I figured at 6p, let's give it a shot, and then I have room to go and play Deregere, which is a card that I love. Being able to lock something against decks where I don't have a lot of direct control, if any, besides Geralt. So locking something will help maybe a spender or some kind of damage engine that could be nudging down all my engines and just keep us going, right? Deal with a lot of that answer this or lose type situation that we're going to be running into. So that's sort of my switch up there. Now, what this looks like is we have Blood Scent as the primary leader ability, which is expendable in this deck, which I like for Renfri decks, and give an enemy unit bleeding for 3 turns, charges 3, so that's a 9-point leader right there. Once all charges are used up, spawn in Ekamara, so it puts it at 12 points for the leader. You can get additional value if you play something like a Flutter, so when bleeding's applied to an enemy unit, boosts out by the amount applied, counter 1, so it refreshes at the start of every turn. So the first instance of bleeding will be what the boost is for the Flutter. We get 3 points off the leader, we'd get 3 points off an Alp, and we'd get 2 points off a Nekarat or a Bruxa. So something to consider there. And then I have other ways to get bleeding out there just in case, like the Blood Moon that we're going to be spawning off of the Detlaf. And just so you know, Blood Moon's this card here. So if we could put this adjacent to 2 vampires, we get 4 turns of Blood Moon. And Blood Moon at the start of the owner's turn, give a random unit on the roll bleeding 2 if it already has bleeding, damage by 2 instead. Really good card to bleed, no pun intended, but it helps me out quite a bit. So these are ways to help set up Flutter. I think that Alp is one of the best bronze cards in the entire game because she plays for 6 bleeding, 4 base body, and 6 boosts for the Flutter. So she's a 14.5 provision bronze. No one complains about her because vampires in general could be better, and they need cards like Alp as a playmaker, a very staple niche card for the faction, which is acceptable. Another star of the show really is Nekarat. Nekarat's insane. You put Nekarat down, you get bleeding 2 on the first turn, and then it has a cooldown of 2, but you could reduce that whenever you play vampires. So if we're just playing vampire the following turn, we get another 2 bleeding and so forth. So we can just keep ramping it out and going wide with the bleeding so that we can look for a pass. They might lose reverse on even, so like if we go first, they could still lose on even. It's crazy when people don't do math around the Nekarats. So really big game changers here. Obviously, I want more payoff than just that, because if we're just killing everything on the board, then how do we get points for ourselves apart from the Flutter? So I have the Garkins, and I love this card at 4 base power. I think it used to be 3 and it was not as good, but at the end of the turn, if there's bleeding on an enemy unit, boost self by 1. Solid, right? We can get these to 10 points each. Fine, that's cool. I have Bruxa just in case I need it for the Regis Reborn or whatever the case. I just want to make sure I have that last proc whenever I gotta have it. She also has Thrive, which is cool, so we can play her, boost her up with some other stuff, and get a bit more value out of there. Even she's playing really good, but I just didn't want to put 2. I think that having a Purify so that if they put Veil on a defender, for example, is a game changer. I think that having a Squirrel to deal with an Echo card that could be problematic for later, or to make our Incubus better, is just more valuable than the second Bruxa. So I did something like that. Obviously, we're putting bleeding on a lot of things, so dominance wouldn't be hard to come by. This deck doesn't have a lot of consistency, so the Wild Hunt Riders make a lot of sense here. Summon the extra 1 out of the deck. I also have a thinning pair with the Renfri's Gang, and in addition to that, I have the Triss Butterflies. Just in case we brick one of these, If we don't brick them, that's amazing, but if we do, that's cool. But I also have the ability to pull into something in the top end. We have a lot of like really good point slams for the end game, whether it be Morvid or whether it be Regis, so we want to make sure we get those. And obviously, since we're expending our leader maybe before the game's halfway done, in some cases, depending on the matchup, we want to be able to refresh that with Renfri, so we have access to Renfri here. I have one tall punish being Geralt of Rivia, and that's pretty much it. I got Oriana too, which is really cool. Give an enemy unit bleeding equal to the amount of vampires we've controlled. So basically, you know, it could be 3, it could be 5, it could be 1. At the end of your turn, boost self by the number of bleeding enemy units. So you try to get a board state developed before you play her. Don't just float her at the beginning of the round, right? Work for it a little bit, then play her, and then you could just sit back and watch things happen. So that's the idea. And then, yeah, late round push, we got the Gale play, so damage an enemy unit by 1 if it's bleeding, deal 3 damage instead, death blow, boost self with a destroyed unit's base power. So I'll give you an example of when this would be good. They put a card that's like 7 points on the playing field, okay? We bleed it down 3 or 4 turns, do some damage, and then we get the boost. So then we get the 11 off it, plus, you know, the bleeding. It's just converting things, right? I think it's pretty sweet. If you didn't want to go with that, that's cool. Again, you can go Operator if you really wanted to. I don't think that Queen of the Night's that crazy. So some people have her. I just don't think she's that great. Not a lot in at 6. You know what I mean? You can go Xavier and take out Squirrel, put a second Bruxa. I don't mind that either. But so far, so good. We're sitting at 80% on the 5 games that I played. So if I can maintain something like that, I'm not feeling bad about it at all. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I'll show you the gameplay, and I'm looking forward to the new patch. We'll definitely do a bunch of decks over the next week, so thanks again. Let's get into it. Alright, first up here we have Nilfgaard Imperial Formation. Definitely gonna want to keep Peller. Let's put back Incubus in round 1. It's good to have Regis just in case. I could put him back if I need to. What's a good proactive opener, though? That's the problem. Besides Triss. That's good. I'm not going to take the mulligan just in case we hit the rider. It's going to be bad for me, so we'll just go ahead and do this. And then let's get bleeding down right away so we can get some value on the Regis play. It sucks that I miss a lot of my big playmakers early, but we'll have them for later. So they're going to go in with this guy.
Long live the Emperor! Long may he reign!
Sure. I think I'm actually fine doing this. That could just be my Peller.
Lost spirit devoid of name, but now our veil of pain.
And see if they take another lock. I'm not going to use the Crystal Skull because I want to use it on one of these. I have a Geralt Reach if I need to. I don't necessarily want to do that either. So they're running double battle stations. Okay. Here, we gotta... That's not a bad lock, to be honest with you.
Our world is in harmony.
Just because it shuts down the order on this, which is terrible. So they have their own Peller? Okay. I could just Triss here and have Triss die. Or I can go Geralt swing. What I do know, though, is, gotta get some bleeding out there. I think I'm just gonna do it this way.
I'll do what I can.
So we'll put one of these back for now. Let's pull Renfri, because I know they're gonna push round 2. We could wait for a second. I have to play deeper. So Gale right now is sitting at 4 points on this, which is not amazing, but it's not terrible.
Are you a knight, sir?
It's when it gets to 8. That's really bad. It's still going to be my best shot right now. Here, let's go this way. So they go down 2, and then they go up 1. But then the up 1 is going to boost everything. So I have to play around that. So I can shut it down like this. And then see if they have like another Boo Hurt or a prep or something like that.
Honor dictates I not flatten with this.
Or leader. You gonna use another one? Go ahead. You got this, buddy. I think I might actually take Geralt before Renfri. I think leader is important. Gonna boost it again. You know what? I'm using leader anyways, so let's just go this way.
I have scores to settle.
Destroy 8 or less is a good playmaker. Whenever you pass 4. And that should get me out of round 1. Unless they want to take Vilgefortz, but... I'm happy that Regis is at 8, going on 9 after round 1. If I can get him to 13, 14 with this stuff here, I'm feeling pretty good about it. Can also use Incubus to help out. More of it sitting at 10 already? Jeez. It's a little late for the flutter. What would I bring back? The 2?
Satisfaction guaranteed.
Let's use this order. I think it's going to be my best bet. And then I'll just use the flutter. We're going for a soft bleed. I'm not expecting the 2-0. If anything, I'm playing 1 and potentially 2 and saving these things. If I have to, though, if I get caught, I'll play Geralt. That's fine. We're gonna have a lot of 10+, especially 9+ things to kill. They didn't play any drivers yet, so I'm expecting 2 of those on the Nausicaas, and then we have the War Council to boost something up too. A couple leader charges as well. Defender for what?
Onward, to be showered with Imperial gold.
Why? Maybe it's a Damien or something? I gotta find out.
Let's get this over with.
What's so important? Probably is Damien. Then they're gonna use the location, right?
Push on! No mercy!
Could also be Kahir. Okay.
Do what I must.
Do they boost it though? By boosting it, they stay ahead on the round? Alright. Listen, I wasn't intending on playing in this deep, but they're making it easier for me to want to. You know what I mean? I'm gonna pass now, though. I think we're good. That's a good yen.
There'll be nothing to pick up when I'm done with you.
Okay, they're doing the whole yen Kahir synergy, I see. I think I might be able to get this and this. You should just heatwave the 6. I got nothing. Okay, game number 1 underway. It's done. So we go first against Reckless. This should be a tough one. I thought Soldiers was going to be tough, but this is probably going to be worse. Let's put this back for now. You know, I got a lot of good bleeding stuff. I think we keep it. I go wide right away to make their leader not as effective. I play the flutter. I use a leader charge. I start getting these online. When the bleeding is running out, I put this down. It should be not terrible. Huh? So, boost 4 tells me that they're not running a second offering, which means they're probably Shoop. I need to make a vampire pocket, so I'm going to do that in the back row. I don't think I'm going to boost that, though. I was thinking about giving it Veil, I just don't think it's worth it. Portal? Again, I'm still thinking Shoop. Let's do this. I might be able to get out of this one with just playing 1 and 2, and if that doesn't work out, 1, 2, and 3. I'm gonna see. That's gonna be what I boost. It makes it easier for me. I don't necessarily want to give bleeding to this though, that's the problem. Maybe I just go on the back row instead.
Much better at that.
Because it's just gonna heal, right?
You're all the same.
4 turns of that. Problem is it enough? I don't want to spend more than I need to. I actually want to catch them slipping.
Getting any of this? You understand a word I'm
Okay, well
saying?
now we have to. Where's the nicest place to put it? Like this? Yeah. At least we get some points for that. Let's see how they go here. It's not shoot. They have 2 of them. Okay, that keeps you in the round for sure. We'll do this. We'll damage this. We'll play this in her spot. And then I'm gonna look for a pass again. That's really about as far as I want to go, to be honest. But I feel like their round 1 is very control heavy, or sorry, point swing heavy, and then their late game is control heavy. I'm gonna put back the Regare, and I'm gonna pull into Geralt. It's unfortunate that we have to do this. I don't want to, but it's the only way I can win the round. Of course, without having to spend all my leader stuff. I want to keep that. Now you're just blowing leader for the sake. That tells me you don't want to go any further. I don't mind. Hey, I get a good spawn off this one, you know? Yeah, there you go. So Reborn at 8, Morvid at 11. Now it's about pulling into these cards because I had to use Triss. That's the only issue. Okay, there's one. Is there anything that I don't mind them getting back? Actually, it's not good. Because this is a good point slam, this is a good point slam, this is a good, like... I'm gonna put this back as well. I don't mind a long round game. I think I'm gonna go for it. Like a long mid, you know? Could save gang for after. They go first, I use leader. Leader. Destroy 8 or less, hopefully. Yeah, that's a good... That's actually a really good fast card. I mean, sure, Vesemir, but at least we get this out of the way. I have concerns for Arnagod and Sucrus. Can we do it or no? That was greed. I wish I had the card I put back. Whatever. That's a good lock too. It could be a bait lock though. Yeah, it's probably a bait lock.
You heard about Tridam Ultimatum?
We're gonna have to try to use Renfri to pull something. Here, let's just go for this now. Try to just fire both of these online, and then we go for the Renfri thing. Okay, there's your one offering. That's not a good look. I don't want to do it.
You're one sexy witch and I'm here to please.
That's probably the best I've got. We got a lot of points sitting in the Morvid. It's actually probably going to save me here.
I'm too old for this shit.
Okay, we got to see what Renfri's pulling into.
They used to call me Shrine.
Damage all, play bronze, and then could have actually been worth waiting for. Damage by 6. Damage all's not terrible if they're going wide. Especially because it takes off the Bloodthirst. For the mentors, right? They get a lot less value when we have all the tokens out of the way. Okay, it's not a bad idea we didn't go too tall. Now he got me in a weird spot. I'm just gonna have to save him. We should win this. Arnagod last save should be bad, but we've got the 4 points off the leader. They lose 1 off the bear, and then we get back with the differences here. It's Igni. Doesn't work like that. It's initiative, right? Even so, I don't think we had 25 on the row. Next up here we got Firesworn, Congregate. So what's cool is that they don't have a lot of control, so I can go pretty wide on bleeding enough to worry as much about the Necrats. I've got this and this. It might be hard to get this out of the way, obviously if they have a Fallen Knight round. More of it's good here, this is not. Double gang is kind of chalked, but we have Triss. And luckily I have most of what I want to pull, so. Just don't have a flutter.
Blessed light so fine, it shall forever shine.
Let's start properly. Let's try to optimize the amount of points we're getting here. Can't do much about that. We can take Geralt later, maybe. Since I have time now, I'm thinking about just going in for...
Quartermaster of the Order, at your service.
By denying penance, you confirm your guilt.
Probably just go in for Triss. I don't have anything I want to give bleeding to that's tall for Oriana.
How can I help?
Let's put this back. I think I'm actually going to be pulling Detlef or Geralt. Probably Geralt here. And then let's just try to cycle out some vampires, get our thinning down so that we can actually pull into this here. We're missing just a few things that are important.
Nobody expects the Nilfgaard position.
It's not a bad lock. We're gonna have to do it later though. I could just take this out because it's actually giving them a lot of value. It might be premature. Here. The round doesn't necessarily need to be 1, it just needs to shorten up round 2. Seeing Sacred Flame here tells me, you know, they're not trying to play too deep. Again, it's just gang here. I think if I could just play as many bronze cards as I can.
Labiona suffered just as we suffer. Remove his cowl, then his ears.
Solid 30-point lead. Sacred Flame out of the way. Fallen Knight down. We can't really say it's out of the way because they have Hemmelfart. We have Von Hurst. Procession's not that expensive. I got a lot of bleeding value in the round 1. We should be looking for a Renfri damage all type deal.
You confirm your guilt.
Just to start burning gold cards for no reason here makes no sense to me. Nice. I don't think I care about Peller. Nice. And there's nothing I can brick, right? We just pull a rider or we pull into something better than that. So this likely has to go for now. Perfect. And now it'd just be nice to see Detlef and Gale. They want the long round. We like it too. I hope they push. I'm ready.
We're but a handful who still wear the colours.
So it's like whenever you spawn one or more, this is going to be like the machine gun play. I just don't have an answer to it besides a lock. Maybe we just focus on our own thing. Because they can get all the coin in the world, but if Helvete fills up the front row, then what do you do, right? That's like their only spender. They can flip them into other tokens, but I guess they have Jacques now, which is annoying. That's likely going to be my lock, or it could just be Metal Punish. Let's wait a second here, though. So we know their devotion. Don't have to worry about a heat wave. Some people are running ND. They just cut this, they put a heat wave in there. How much more spawning can you do? I guess they could play Congregation, they could play the Helvede play. They can get a Cleric for 1 spawn. Hemelfart for a few spawns.
Now, where's the thesaurus?
Man, now I wish I had Toad Prince. I'm gonna lock this so that they have to go tall on Jacques when they overprofit, and then that's our best Regis. Or not Regis, but Geralt.
Eternal fire protect us.
I guess we're gonna go here. I don't want them to get double value on a Purify, but I also want to get this dead. Yeah, they're going for it. This should be the spam turn. The next turn after that should be ensuring the spam turn. And then they're going to be pumping out the Disarray.
Halt! In the Order's name, I confiscate these goods.
Man, this makes me want to double leader.
Yeah, it's Baptiste.
Damage all.
Feel it.
Damage all after lowest. I think it's whenever you pass we're gonna do.
You, yes, you! Have you made your offering?
Here we go.
He venerates not the fire!
I don't think there's a better time for this. And then if they play in, we could take probably Regis. I guess Regis is worth more than Morvid, so maybe we take Morvid first.
Neither of mercy nor forgiveness. You shall be renounced by kin, condemned by your children.
They're gonna go for the spawn or what? No? See a forktail? Beautiful. That's huge. The fact that I'm able to preserve this and they wasted pretty much everything. Obviously they have Hamelfart with a Disarray. And then plus one more. But if I were going into a 3-card round 3 after a failed, I would probably just I'd park the Disarray for sure. I'm not guaranteed dominance unless I play this, but 8 points is 8 points. Game is game, you know? Let's just do this. So whenever they play something, I can just do it right away. We'll probably just going to play Regis second to last and play the Rider last, just because I think it's going to maximize the value.
Infernal gout.
And then you spend, you get back the Fallen Knight. No? Okay, I guess that's good too. Hey, I might just be able to play this from hand. Unless we think Regis is better first.
Don't think this sword a toy.
Because I am getting,
What? 3 more copies?
we are getting the refresh. Yeah, if I drain one, then I actually get more points from denying the disarray just in case they play it. I think that's more than fine.
Yes, you! Have you made your offering?
I should kill that one.
Aid the downtrodden. Any in need is our solemn
You could
duty.
spend on the 2, kill the 1, bring out something better.
Give what we
Oh.
demand. Not harm a hair on your wench's head.
It's not like it would have mattered too much. Alright, we have Fruits of Ysgith coming up here next. What's with all the blue coin? I just want to go second. I feel like Squirrel's going to be good. I just don't know when I want to play Squirrel. I don't want to play Squirrel in round 1 on blue coin, that's for sure. So I'm going to have to put Squirrel back for now. And we got to focus on some engine value here. We got vampires all over the place. Where's the flutter? I'm going to put this back, honestly. We're never going to play Incubus against Relics. The thing is, I want to go with this, boost it, they play something, I take, you know what I mean? Oh my gosh. Okay, get ready for fun.
Welcome back, Geralt of Rivia.
Lady into Oniro. So they're probably running Erendite. And this is not looking like Relics, it's looking like just Point Slim. So last say is important. I have this available. Now I wish I had the Squirrel. Let's do a little something like this for now. We play into the Thrive curve and then we get that started. I'm going to put this next. It's not looking good, man. Just force it.
Pray to them now!
4 turns of that should help. Oriana should help. That should help.
Still lie silent, but no cry.
5 turns of bleeding should help. Can't say I love proccing Thrive for them, but we kind of have to split it up. Buddy's like, nah, man, I'm not gonna let you out. I got nothing, too. Super duper annoying here.
They'll pay for my stolen birthright.
Spawn both. Cooldown 8, please. Whenever you pass 4 is not bad. Obviously, that's one of their big plays, and then Erendite's another one, so I don't want to just sit here and get dummied, you know? Yeah, Erendite's already at 6. I'm out. Good luck. Yeah, there you go. That's what you get for pushing me on even, I swear. You did it to yourself. All right, we got Carapace and another blue coin game. Not to mention Carapace as well. So last game, I think I learned my lesson boosting Nekarat against monsters on turn 1. Not that everyone's running Riptide, but there is quite a bit of Riptide on the ladder. Abrux is not terrible. Pellar's probably more important here. Garkin's nice. I don't know how I feel about double Nekarat, but then it allows me to win the round off bronze cards, so maybe... It's probably just that, and then Nekarat to be safe, so I get minimum 2 bleeding. We have to find out, are you Kelly? Are you Ogroids? It looks like it could be Kelly. I don't necessarily want to... I don't know if I mean, now it's worth purifying. Because then you got to spend more leader charges than everything else. But if I purify it, then they just do another leader. It's not like good spot to be in at all. I guess I just play the gang.
A pleasure to greet.
What a weird start. So it is Kelly. Good thing Renfri's in my hand. Sad Morbid though. I guess it does grow. Man, this is terrible. I definitely have to save Pellar. Make them think they want it. We go 10, we just take the Thin? And then we just pass? We just need... Oh god, then they're gonna do double kill, you know? So, the 3 that they're going to get back would be Cave Troll. Why are you using random leader charges for that? Cave Troll, Kelly, and Arrakis. Really wish I had Squirrel, man. Okay, Geralt's good. The Purify's good. One of the Fletter, it's probably the Nekarat that goes. And then I have access to Squirrel. But I also have the Lock. Chances are they have a lot of Purify stuff though. If they take Sabbath here, I'm in trouble.
summon, ye we call.
Hopefully they don't have Alyssa and a Purify for both of these. Because if we did triple round Kelly, I can't deal with it. But I can deal with double. I'm thinking we go for the lock. Boost Veil. Thing is, if I take this here, then they consume this and it starts again. And this is a lot of ifs, you know? I need you to think it's safe. They don't have any leader, though. So the only thing I got is if I let them do this, and then I lock the Kelly when it comes out, and then this turn, I take down the other Kelly. See, they're doing a consume here.
I do not mince words on principle.
We burn one of our 4s, but we could stay in it if we just kill Kelly next turn. I feel like I'm forced to start using leader charges. I didn't necessarily want to.
Not your lucky day.
They're gonna go consume Regis and then take Osriel. Get the other Kelly here. Okay. If they had consumes, I think they would have used them. Because you're sitting on like a good opportunity to do that. My Regis is a sad story, but I don't think it matters. If I can make it to round 2, I win the game. Assuming they can't put this back. There it is. Come on, I need to destroy 8 or less. We're just cooked, right?
My sweet, sweet children.
Don't buy this.
So even if I had a movement tech, they had a movement tech. Good to know.
If you believe in any gods, pray to them now.
All right, let's see what we can pull here.
Scores to settle.
Spawn a base copy of an enemy would be terrible. Play a bronze from hand and pull. I got nothing. After using split 6. Realistically. Draw a card of choice. It wouldn't make a difference. We're gonna burn through a 4 and a 6.
Anything in particular interest you?
So we make it to round 3. We're going to be getting back Detlef, Regis, and Morvid, or a Renfri's gang. If they... It's going to be Renfri's gang. I think this is at 5. Okay, no. We're going to get these 3, which is actually not bad. This is the best hand that I could have. And honestly, they still have to put things back in the deck, so they're not going to get a long round of it either. Regardless, this game has been severely uncomfortable, and I could have potentially played it better by spending leader charges earlier. Just to give more value for the Regis. That's really the only thing, you know? They're going to get a 17. They're going to get this and this. They still sit on a lot of points here. I don't think they have a way of getting it. It's... doesn't really matter because I'm running out of... It goes to 1 and it goes to... We get 3, we get 1. 15-point Erendite, yeah, it's over. I'm surprised we even made it to 3 rounds.